Hey, I'm Noodle Yeti, and this is going to be the weekly vaults for all the tanks again. I failed to upload any keys last week, but, it is what it is. I didn't really find anything that was of note, but anyways, wow, already right off the rip. My Prot Warrior's definitely been needing trinkets. I think his are the Delve ones, so this is actually a huge upgrade for me, I think. Let's look at the ring just in case. It's crit verse heavy. That would be kind of nice, but I think we're going to go with the Sac Brood. But yeah, I think I only did a couple keys on this guy last week. I think you saw 4. I don't know how I did 4. Did they change this? Yeah, oh no, it's still 4. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened, but I got some done. I'm still finding Prot Warrior very boring, so I'm not really playing it too much, but anyways, we're going to go in order of my tanks, and I believe the next up will be the Blood DK. Alright, here we are in the Blood DK, and I just remembered why we had 4 vaults on the other guy, is because I believe last week was the run 4 get a, I don't know, some kind of a reward of some kind or something like that. I can't remember. But either way, we did that. I can't remember what I got on that guy. In fact, I don't even remember what I got on this guy. Oh, that's right. I think I got that from the coin. I don't know what I got on this guy. Doesn't look like we got anything. I think it would say, oh, I got wrists. That's right. But anyways, what we want to do here is hopefully we get something good. We'll kind of see. We already have the trinkets we want. So pretty much whatever we get is what we get. So it looks like we got a ring here, 619. It's crit haste. Not exactly what I want. And a crit mastery weapon. That one's on the veteran track, so we'll ignore that. You know, I think I am just going to go with the ring. I mean, definitely not the stats I want, but it's going to be a huge upgrade in stamina, about 2,000, so I'll go ahead and take it. I have no idea what the weekly quest is going to be for this week, but it is what it is. As far as goals go, yet again, just going to run my key twice. I only ended up doing it 4 times on all the tanks last week because, well, the weekly event, and that was very tiring, but it is what it is. But it looks like it's fortified this week, so it's going to be tank hell. Everything's going to be a lot harder except for bosses, so I guess I will struggle. But anyways, next tank. Alright, here we are on the Prot Paladin. This one's the one I'm going to be most excited to play this week. I haven't even read any of the talents yet, as you can see, got unspent talent points there. They did a complete rework on it this week, and I don't know if it was a complete rework, but it looks like they still have not added Holy Power Generation back to Avenger's Shield, so we'll see if that's in one of the talents or something. But anyways, as far as score and stuff like that, you can see I got a 5 miss done. I think something happened. I had a 6, and I can't remember what happened, but either way, I ended up getting a 5 done, but we'll get a couple more keys done this week. As far as gear, can't remember what I got from the heroic cache, or what we even need. Heroic. It looks like I got boots. Oh no, that looks like heroic dungeon. Yeah, I have no idea what I got from the heroic cache. In fact, it doesn't even look like I did it. Oh no, I think I also got wrists. I think that was the really annoying thing about, or not annoying, it was kind of disappointing. I kept getting things like wrists and boots for all of my characters. I think only one of them got a good heroic cache, and we'll get to that one when we get there. But yeah, pretty much whatever we get is what we get, and I'm excited to see. Hopefully it's a trinket, because I know we're going to need another on use. Recently, as you can see from my... Oh, alright, let's see here. We got a belt. Going to be a good upgrade on belt, verse and mastery. I would have preferred crit and mastery, but that's okay. Ooh. We have crit verse... Oh, but it's veteran track. Okay, yeah. I guess we're just going to go with the belt. Verse and mastery, same stats as what we have, just a little bit more of mastery. A little bit less verse, but that's fine. A lot more stat. But as you can see, I took Sentinel. I think that was in response to... I had a Court of Threads video I put out or something like that, and I was struggling with a lot of the bosses in there and the defensive rotation because my paladin would just fall over. Upon closer inspection, I found Most of it was because I wasn't standing in my consecration and having my shield block up at the same time. Or sorry, shield of the righteous. But I figured when I did the math, there was going to be like 2 or 3 tank busters that I wouldn't have an actual defensive CD for. Oh, look at that. They upgraded. Well, yeah, actually, I think that is an upgrade to the Divine Toll emblem. That's actually kind of cool. But anyways, I took Sentinel in order to cover the gap in one of those. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I mean. The tank busters that I didn't have a defensive for. So it's pretty cool. We got a belt. Alright, next tank here. Alright, here we are on the Demon Hunter. Now, this one, I've embarrassed myself on more than a couple times already. I think I already talked about one where it was, I actually don't think I did, but either way, I played with a couple friends, 2 different nights, different friend groups. I just kept dying on this guy. It was really embarrassing. I have no idea why. So I'm going to have to record one of my runs on this guy and actually sit back and look at what I'm doing wrong. Because I am just falling over on this Demon Hunter. Not quite as... The mistakes aren't as obvious to me as the Prop Paladin. And they seem to be more often with the Demon Hunter. So I think there's something vital that I'm messing up. And oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that new Sigil of Spite icon. That's actually really cool looking. I think that's way better than the other one. The last icon they had for Sigil of Spite was absolutely ridiculous. And why does it have the same icon as the Hunt? Is that a bug? No. In fact, oh. I think that's a bug. I think my UI is just displaying the wrong thing for some reason. But anyways, I can't remember what I got for this guy out of the heroic cache. I think it was probably boots. Yeah, boots. I don't know. I said it on the last tank. All I got was a bunch of wrists and boots. It was really, really disappointing. But it looks like we still need a neck piece. Looks like we could upgrade. Definitely that for sure. So, let's go ahead and see what we get here. Oh, as far as IO went, I did get a couple 6s done. So definitely better than a couple of the other tanks. But, anyways. That's a veteran tier piece, so I think we're just going to ignore that one. And we got, 613 boots. Okay. Well, alright, do we have any coins on this character? Does not look like it. You know what? Consuming a soul fragment increases the damage and healing of your next Feldev by 2% up to 30%. I'm gonna need a second. Alright, sorry about that. I'm just kind of really disappointed with these options here. I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and take the 4 tokens. Because really, I just got heroic boots. Heroic track boots. And I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just catalyze the champion boots I have than take the veteran ones, so... That's kind of sad. I was hoping we'd actually get something we can use. That's okay. I think we will move on to the next tank. Alright, here we are on our druid. And as far as keys, let's see here. It looks like I ended up getting a 7 done on this guy, which is kind of cool. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But, you know, that's fine. I don't mind. I'll take it. Now, as far as gear goes, definitely want to replace these trinkets. And what is all that laughing and why is it synchronized? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but anyways. Definitely want to get a helm. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't think it really matters. I think I'd just prefer trinkets at this rate. I don't know what to think of these.
I am out of range.
You are out of range. Very good then. I'm in Guardian spec. Yeah. Mask of the Great Lynx. Ooh, and I think I already have 4 set. Oh, this will give me the transmog. And I think it'll give me the ability to pick which pieces I want and don't want. Yeah, that's actually really good. Oh, I didn't do the 4 one. Oh, I don't think I got the... I didn't get the heroic track piece on this guy. Well, that's okay. It was really tiring trying to get 4 dungeons done on each tank. So, that's okay. We'll just take this and be happy. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. New transmog piece. Doesn't really look that good on a Tauren, but that's okay. I don't think they updated anything on this guy. I think, oh, it looks like they updated the Convoke the Spirits icon. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, next tank. Alright, here we are. And on my favorite tank as well, the Brewmaster Monk. I'm finding I really enjoy this. I love everything about it. In fact, these are the talents I've been taking and I've been running. And it's been great. Like, I used to be running Ox Dance, but then I made a weak aura for myself where I was tracking how often I gain stacks and how often they'd be. So that way I could see when I gain them and lose them. And I'd never gain them. They would just kind of passively run out on their own and they'd refresh. And then I thought, you know, that's kind of a waste. And then I tried out Weapons of Order for a couple dungeons, but I'm still trying to get used to doing all these transcendences and the Ox statue. And I'm still not getting those down 100%. And so I figured all these extra buttons are just, I wanted to get rid of them all. So I took away almost all of my on uses except for Fortifying Brew. And so I don't have New Zao anymore. I don't have Weapons of Order. But it's still great. Like, oh my goodness. With all these passives, I feel so incredibly tanky. And I'm really learning a lot with this. I really am learning a lot with this spec, but we'll get into that at the end. As you can see with my IO here, I've been getting into 8s and 7s, and I'm getting comfortable enough to the point where I'm starting to notice the difference between good and bad groups. Because normally I'm at the point where like, I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's them, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I know what's going on now. I know why we're failing things, and I can tell what's going on just by watching things. And you can even see, like when we see like the 2 chests versus the 1 chest, that's like the good groups versus the mediocre groups. And I'm starting to be able to see that with this character. And I think as I progress and I keep going forward, as I start to approach the 10 range, I think that's about when I'm going to start to get the most comfortable with all my buttons and my rotation and keeping myself alive. Anyways, I said we'll talk about all this at the end. As far as gear goes, this guy I think got the luckiest with the heroic cache. He got this thing right here. Now when I got it, I was actually really disappointed. I was like, what in the world is this? This is not the trinket I want. I want Throngus's finger. But holy cow. I promise you, this trinket is insane. I think it's like my number 1 or number 2 healing done. Almost, like, it always competes for number 1 or number 2. Like, it's absolutely wild how much healing it does. But anyways, that out of the way, I think looks like we could use a helm. Definitely shoulders. Let's see here. I tried out a new thing here. It has decent uptime. I think it's like 30% uptime on this. It's basically a main stat, which increases our stagger percentage. And it looks like we're pretty much good on everything else. So it looks like just those two are what we're really hoping for. So let's see what we get here. World content. I don't remember doing world content. But anyways, we got a 619 ring with socket. Ringer. Crit and haste. Very crit heavy. Which isn't bad. Although I'd prefer crit and verse. But I think we're just going to have to go with the 619 Hero Track Helm to replace that, ooh, but we got a crit trinket too. Anyways, this one's the most important. We can worry about getting fancy trinkets later and trying them out. Gosh, I already forgot what I was saying. Something about, getting comfortable and things like that. I'm starting to, right now I'm at the point where I'm noticing mechanics that I need to handle. Where's my fandangled transmog mount here? I'm starting to notice mechanics in the background that I need to handle, or that I can handle with my utility, but I'm still currently at the point where I'm not quite comfortable enough with my defensives and things like that to do those particular mechanics. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's right, I gotta go back to the main bar here. But I'm not quite comfortable enough on the brew to do it yet. So I think just with a little bit more practice, it's going to become, oh, crit and verse stats. It's going to become incredibly easy, and I'm really going to start to take off with this guy. And this is going to be 4-set too, isn't it? Oh, I already have 4-set, that's right. So this is going to open up the gearing choices. Why did I waste the transmog money? That was dumb. I wasn't thinking. I guess I was too excited. But a part of me getting more comfortable and me really thinking about this character, I think originally I said that I want crit and versatility, or no, crit and mastery as my two main stats for this guy. Crit because it gives me more healing, and mastery because it increases the amount of melee attacks I dodge, and since melee is our biggest threat, that's what I wanted to worry about. But as I've been playing this character and I've been getting more and more used to how Brewmaster plays and what it's like, what it feels like, and I really need to move that element on my screen. We'll just put it there. It's not centered though. Come on, dude. Come on, just right over a little bit. Centered. Not to that. There you go. But as I got more and more comfortable with it, I started to realize that the magic damage really is the defining factor there. It's where we take most of our damage from, because I think magic damage works at half effectiveness for stagger. And I think right now, if we look at our stagger, we are staggering 37%. With shuffle, that should be 74%. And so, essentially, we're only staggering 30%, 37% of magic damage. And we're getting hit up front with like 60% of it. And so that's why I want versatility now instead of mastery. Because we're still going to be staggering all those melee attacks. That's fine. And we're still going to be building up those stacks of 9.3% dodge. And I think right now we're even taking the talent that gives us double the elusive brawler stacks or something like that. What is it? Rising Sun Kick. Oh, we have it from Rising Sun Kick, and we have an additional... Oh wait, that's 2 targets. Anyways, I think there's a talent somewhere that gives us dodge stacks from Rising Sun Kick. And it looks like we're also hitting multiple targets with it, so I don't know if that double dips or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about our mastery. And I think the combination of crit and verse is going to make us extremely tanky. Now, as far as other things I'm learning about Brewmaster is basically how to deal damage. That's something that I'm kind of on the fence about, because when I played, I started off very defensively, where I would never use spinning crane kick because, let's get out of there, that's really loud. And I didn't quite successfully set up side chain audio ducking. Oh my goodness. Alright. So many people making noise over here. But when I would play, I would never hit spinning crane kick because that draws in the healing spheres, which then reduces the effective healing of expel harm. And I was using that to basically never need a healer. However, I really want to start dealing damage on pull. So one of the talents I believe I took, where is it here? Charred Passions. So whenever I Breath of Fire, Spinning Crane Kick, and Blackout Kick now deal 50% more damage. So I get this very brief window over 8 seconds where I deal even more damage. So one of the things I've been practicing is I'll get into the pull, I will Transcendence, throw my Ox statue. The moment all the mobs run into the statue, I taunt, Keg Smash, Breath of Fire, and then I'll immediately Spinning Crane Kick, Keg Smash while that's channeling, Spinning Crane Kick again, and then just pretty much go through my other DPS CDs while I'm Spinning Crane Kicking until that 8 seconds are up. And I find that's about 3 to 4 of these Spinning Crane Kicks, because I believe if like I throw a Keg Smash while this is channeling, it induces the GCD, and then I still have to wait till that ends to channel Spinning Crane Kick again. I'm not complaining about that, that's perfectly fine. You know, whatever, it is what it is. But it's put up some pretty good bursts. There's been a couple times where I've been able to hit over 1 million on the pull, which I know isn't that impressive, especially when we're comparing to, like, say, a prop paladin who can burst up onto pole with, even on just the low eye level one I have, like I'm bursting like several million, like every other pole pretty much. Like prop paladin's insane, but this appears to be like a lot more consistent DPS, and I think it's gonna become me becoming familiar, or it's going to be me becoming familiar with when I can play offensively versus defensively with my healing spheres to be able to just deal that 1 million DPS every single time. And I forgot to mention, I think when I do hit the 1 million, it's when I'm also mixing in exploding kegs. So that's pretty much on a 1 minute CD. And I think outside of that is when I'm dealing only about, gosh, I can't remember. I think it's only like 500 to 700,000, somewhere in there, depending on the pole size. And so it's going to become a consistent somewhere between 500 and 7,000 DPS. At a lower eye level than this, I think it was like 615, 616 when I was keeping track and paying attention, but we're at 618 now, and the more eye level we get, the more DPS we'll do anyways, so it's very interesting, very fun. I'm really loving this. I don't know why people consider it bad. It's insanely self-supportive. Just last night, I soloed a boss from like, I think it was like 25% to 0. It was the last boss of Arakara, so I mean, it's nothing impressive from a Brewmaster perspective, because we could dispel our poison. We can always free ourselves from the thing. You know, from Brewmaster perspective, it's not very impressive, but it was still very fun, and it's still proof that, like, Brewmaster is very self-sustaining, and it's incredibly tanky. I don't know why people rate it so low. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing this guy. My goal for this guy is to actually get my first 10 done this week. And if we look at our keys, we have an 8 Miss Saturnus Scythe. We 2-chested it on Tyrannical. I don't know if we'll be able to 2-chest it on Fortified. It's a very, very tough dungeon on Fortified. It's already really tight, and it's difficult to do on Tyrannical, so I think we're only going to 1-chest this, but either way, I'm hoping to starting to get into the 10s now, and I don't know. I think I'll stay at the 10 level for a little while. As soon as I get the portals, I'll just kind of stay there for a little while until I really get comfortable with my defensives. I'm not going to worry about pushing as high as I can this season on Brewmaster. I think that'll be something I do next season once I am comfortable. So, but yeah, I definitely need to record Demon Hunter keys. I want to play more Prop Paladin keys with the rework just to see what it's like. And I think for a channel goal, the goal is to just record one video and upload that and be able to share. I think last week I said that I want to minimize the video into something shorter. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record every single run, upload them as unlisted videos, and then I'll do like a, anyways, I don't want to set too big of a goal for myself. Let's just see if I can get one video done where I critique gameplay. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future.